Hello, Tom here. Been away for a few weeks because I was finishing my own game, and I said I wouldn't stream development of my own game anymore. So I didn't. But I swapped it from the Godot stream to Castle Crashers Painter Paradise, something a bit more relaxing for me. So I'm not just trying to figure out how to use the language while doing this. Probably return to Godot early August. Yeah, we'll see how this runs. Maybe my computer's too slow. I don't know. I'll it definitely feels slow. I'm gonna turn off. Gonna turn off performance mode for this. There we go. All right, let's see. I'll turn off as many things as possible, and we'll get drawing. So my idea is draw a carpoon truck as a Castle Crashers character. That's something I wanted to do. We'll make this. This is a template they have. Painter Boss Paradise is coming out August 6th, and yeah, we'll give it a shot. So first off, I want to make this way bigger. It doesn't have to be too big. It's already that size. But each image is kind of small. We'll try that and hope for the best. And I'll grab a quick example of what we'll be going for. Let me, I'll find a file. So what we're gonna be basically doing, we're gonna be trying to draw this guy as a Castle Crashers character. Keep all layers on. Hi there, Oscar. How you been doing? Hope you've been enjoying Donkey Kong Bonanza. Did you beat it yet? No spoilers. I have not. I've not gotten a chance to play it. Although I'm finished Carpoon now, I can technically, as I said, I would get a Switch 2 and play it after. So I can do that at any time now. Well, you have plenty of time to beat it. You don't have to beat it right away. I mean, there's going to be many years until a new Donkey Kong's out. Like, there'll probably be a movie out before another mainline game. Oh, but hope you've been doing well and enjoying your summer. So drawing, I always like to draw a little bit bigger, as you can scale down a drawing and not worry about quality. You cannot. It's a little harder to scale up a drawing. Oh, that's gonna be a different pose. I think I'm gonna move him there. Oscar with Donkey Kong Bonanza, though, are you enjoying it so far? Well, that's good. And for Pokemon Ferments, I missed that because I was on a 2 day vacation after Bit Summit, so I missed that one. I guess free to play on mobile, that makes sense. That's a way most of them do well, and Pokemon has enough weight to get people to play it. So yep, Pokemon Champions, all right, and Pokemon Legends ZA. I think Pokemon Legends would be the one I'm most interested in. But what was that Pikachu on a turntable? Oh, yeah, with the pre-orders, so you don't have to pre-order if it's a digital version. I mean, you can do it like in the final week of, but you don't have to do it right now. You have plenty of time before doing that. Okay, yeah, so that makes sense on the physical version. Yeah. It's, this space is easy. The challenge here will be a harpoon truck. It's kind of more horizontal than vertical. Well, yeah, we'll see. Might as well get drawing and thinking about it. Oh man, so probably I can give it more space up here, maybe. So I went to Bit Summit last weekend, and I would say one game that was very promising was called Motion Wreck, and this was in it was in the next fest before, but I missed it. And it's basically a game where you record your path in one place, and then you move to another spot in the platform level and do it again. Hello, HBR Shredder, Hayden, how's it going? I switched themes at the last moment from Godot back to Castle Crashers because I still have to practice a bit more. Oh, well, thank you. Good luck with your waiting for Nintendo. I hope it goes well. I'm sure it'll be another well worth it for hopefully like Simon's Quest Part 5. Preview. Oh, you actually did it. Oh. I'm not sure if a video has ever been more hyped. Okay. It'd be interesting to try that patch for it after, if you do that, just to compare it. I wonder with that game if I can like it today. I probably can, but as a kid, compared to Castlevania 1 and 3, I could not like it. Okay, so with the space, we can probably put the harpoon here. Yeah, that's how I can make the vertical space. Harpoon can be showing up. No, later today, I'm going to go play the game that inspired Harpoon that I never played. um, I wanted to create something new. So I think I looked at a video one time, and that was about it. I'm interested to see how different of a game I created than the Sega arcade game that kind of loosely set the basis for it. Yeah, that'll be fun. I'll hopefully bring my camera, yeah, and maybe record it for a quick video. I can guess, though. I'm guessing the moment-to-moment gameplay, there's a lot more in a game made by experienced Sega veterans. Oh, Oscar, I think I saw that. It's always surprising, like, this guy was 70 years old. Like, I think we're on, what, a second Ash now who stopped, who was, like, much younger. So it's kind of surprising to see that person was old. Uh, yeah, but it happens. Surprisingly, like, the Simpsons actors and actresses, they've been around a lot longer. Okay, so there was Ozzy Osbourne who was apparently in Double Fine's Brutal Legend. He passed away this week, and Hulk Hogan passed away this week in NES Wrestling. And Rocky 3? I think Rocky 3. I saw Hulk Hogan once at E3 back in the early 2000s, and he was absolutely huge. He's not like one of those actors who in real life is small. Yeah, as a wrestler, he was a giant person. He was yet another celebrity who I saw in a washroom. Did not comment. He was not commenting on his hair, fortunately. So here, this is like slightly tough because I cannot see my mouse cursor. I'm gonna create a new window. And of course, I'm kind of capturing the wrong thing. I apologize about that. I'm going to go to my drawing tablet. It's a downside of having my microphone right in front of my vision of my monitor. Hello, Sakina. How are you? Hope you're doing well over there. I'm just drawing some Castle Crashers custom characters today for its Painter's Paradise DLC expansion. Just trying to get the window set up again. Yeah, I thought it'd be a bit more relaxing than me trying to figure out Godot. So I changed it the last second because my game maker's toolkit game jam team was going to go Unreal, and then they wanted to go to Godot, and then quickly settled back on Unreal. So But I hope you're doing well over there and enjoying the summer. Maybe enjoying Switch 2, which you can say you are, but don't say it's the best thing in the world and make me feel like I'm missing out. I finished Carpoon though. I have to just finish the trailer, but I can get a Switch 2 now and enjoy it at any time. I waited long enough. Oh yes, I can see my cursor again. This is much easier. Yeah, so this is a template they give you. And we're going to try to fill it out. Oh, it's fun, but there's so many games. Well, there's technically, if you stick to the main third party or the first party games, there's only Mario Kart and Donkey Kong. But I guess, oh, and hey, Brandon, how's it going? Brandon, I thought I'd take a relaxing break and draw the Castle Crashers, do a custom character for it using the Carpoon truck. So from the game is basically what I'm trying to set for it. Oh, many games are fun. No worries about phone. Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, it's very nice of you. Yeah. And Brandon, how's your summer been going over there? I guess if I had two drawing things I like to do, I like to usually draw. I used to have more brushes, but in Photoshop there is a option up top to, I'm gonna just take a screenshot of it because it's on my other monitor. So basically there's this. This is something I learned about later, but it lets you kind of draw based off the pressure of the screen. That's basically my main tip. That's how I can easily get like different weights to it, which is great for drawing a draft. It's great for if you want to do a water painting type effect later. And also, well, my brush has an eraser at the end if I want to use it. I think. Does this one have it? No, it doesn't. Okay, it has a button. It has a button, which is a little hard to use. I usually just flip through the I hit E and B a lot in Photoshop just to switch through them. Different drawing tablets have buttons too, but just so just flipping your pen can kind of delay your progress compared to quick button taps. You just got to switch to again after having to sell your first one. Oh, well, I hope it ends up well. I hope they did not staple a receipt to the front of it. Yeah, I wonder, I don't know if my friend returned my Switch 2 or not that I bought that's somewhere in the States right now. So I also, like you, will likely have to get a second one at some point. But yeah, many games, Skeena says, I'm still finishing Tactical Breach Wizards, and I'll probably be playing Deltarune next. Still finish the new Kita Takahashi game. Bit Summit hit a lot of neat small games. Probably still thinking about it. Motion Wreck stands out the most out of like puzzle games we'll play again. Gamers got a game, yeah. I missed Pawn Summer Adventure, a game where you're like a tanuki on a bicycle, because they were giving away a hat. And I thought the line might die out, but the line just kept getting bigger throughout the day. And the Harpoon showing went okay. It's kind of like the standard showing because it was off. It was off site, and I think it's kind of like the same sort of standard feedback I've been getting. So at least it was good that there was no new problems. It had some good feedback. Like in Overcooked, they figured out a solution like to put giant custom icons under the characters so players can easily see who they are, especially as an accessibility. So that's something I might consider as an expansion. That was always fun. I hope one day to like show a game at an expo the entire time, but at the same time, developers who do that during the show sometimes look like their soul has been taken out of their body, because you find out like they have to wake up early to go show their game, and then probably at night they're going to parties and stuff and drinking and doing this for like 3 days straight. So they have like no energy at the end. I probably cannot do parties. I saw at the very end I got to see Dose One for a little bit, who does the music for Enter the Gungeon and like Disc Room, Gang Beasts. I gave him a Harpoon sticker. But he was super nice to me. His name's Adam. And I was glad I got to see a little bit of his music live at a small pizza place before having to leave Kyoto. Yeah, not a big party person. Yeah, I find it very hard at parties, like having a game to show or play other people's games makes it easier because there's an activity there. If I'm just going around mingling, unless I really know the person, it's hard. I'm not good at that. So maybe that's why I like some game events. There's like a easy common ground. And like the pizza party is extremely small. It was probably like the size of this room, the restaurant, really. So that was nice. And the other event where I showed Harpoon is like small restaurant size. So Bit Summit itself is fairly small. Like thousands of people, but compared to PAX, GDC, like it's all in one place. It's like 2 floors. It's not that big. Finally, because of that, though, because of going to Bit Summit and stuff, I couldn't get my trailer done in time for the Crawl's new video. I kept working on fixing bugs in Harpoon too long. But it was really nice. Brendan included it in the Crawl Community Showcase. It was good though. It helped spur recording the footage, getting a head start on it. It's just sometimes it's hard to get every goal done. Like probably I should have stopped fixing bugs for a bit and worked on marketing stuff and then gone back to it. I think that's what other people do. They try to have it done 1 month out. But it's nice knowing like it's all done, and even like I've caught secondary bugs like on Steam Deck at this point, so I don't have to worry about that and can focus on other things. Like I can say this part's completely finished, I can move on. Yeah, and he's great. I'll probably join his Discord later on because he's got a lot of other game creators in there, and I was pretty darn impressed by some of the games in there. A lot of them went for a retro style. like a retro 3D style. I felt bad because he messaged me about it immediately when I was seeing a friend, like not for many years. And you know that super awkward thing where it's like, well, I'd like to talk to my friend in person without looking at my phone, but then like it's like being torn apart into two little things. So I kind of just do a quick retweet and say thank you and go back to it later. Oh yeah, Drag X Drive next month. Well, the demo is the same thing, but Drag X Drive would be interesting to see how it handles. There's going to be eventually that Nitro Mouse Party game on Switch 2. Apparently it's not out yet. I thought it was going to be launch. The Pico Park game. Oh, and your schedule's been busy, but you haven't forgotten about playtesting Harpoon. Well, thank you, Brandon. If you ever want to play it with me, just message me. But yeah, if you got work or drawing at any time, let me know. Okay, Oscar. Kirby is also coming out. That's it. I forgot about Kirby. I wonder how big that's going to be. Okay, maybe this should maybe be the clapping truck, if I can do it. They're missing out. Nintendo's missing out there, but they're not wheelchairs, Brandon. I forgot what they call them, but they're not wheelchairs, even though they're 100% wheelchairs. Or that scene from like Mac and Me that Paul Rudd always plays in to Conan. Even on his podcast, which was completely audio, he's like, "Oh, I have a clip," and he made it seem like it was some culture podcast he was doing. No, it was a clip of of Mac and Me when the guy was going down in his wheelchair off a cliff with the alien. And Conan is like, so Conan is like, he's like, he knew immediately what it was, and he's like, no one else could see this. But it was like Paul Rudd's ongoing joke of never showing an actual clip just of this super old movie he was in as a kid, like with an alien. It's like even before Paul Rudd's Super Nintendo commercial. So I'd say in the build up to this, the Behemoth has been having Dan Paladin do some art streams, which is cool. I hope it influences some other people to draw, like how he was one of the, sort of like him and Gabe from Penny Arcade. Those are like two people I looked up to for drawing that got me into it. Okay, that's good to hear about Mario Party. I think that's like a long-term game. So once I get a Switch 2, I probably will get it, depending on finances. I looked at the sales of another multiplayer game on Steam, and it's like estimated 891 sales since 2024. Now that game was given away for free on Epic, which probably factors into it, but it's not the most reassuring thing. With Harpoon, I'll be going for a lower price point with a discount at launch, because that seems to work well, where you kind of underprice, over deliver. so kind of people don't have to think about it. It's my first game, so I don't have like a track record to show about. I'd rather have more people play Harpoon than less people. I can hear a squeak from my pen. You do with these sort of things. You do have to buy new pen nibs from time to time, and I did buy some, but they're quite a little bit of the wrong size. Some good news, people. If you do want to get a drawing tablet, this is like a Huion that I'm using. It's kind of like it's about 13 inches. It's kind of like the original Cintiq I had. You don't need to spend $2,000 on a giant Cintiq if you don't have to. These seem to work pretty well. I wish it was a bit bigger, but I bought it used for $100 Canadian, so it's a pretty good deal. Eventually, I'll probably like unpack my Cintiq, but for now, this is fine. And Oscar, I have not heard about that game. But as long as you aren't finding yourself giving up tons of money to play it for a gotcha game. Is the UI, like the user interface, amazing like all other things in Persona? So the character's kind of looking down. I'm going to go, I think he's got to look kind of here. Now something I'm going to do after, I'll flip it. I'll flip the canvas. That's an easy thing you can do digitally compared to on paper. When you do that, you can see like you can see when things are a little bit off. Probably like this eye here is a little bit big, but it becomes way more obvious when I flip it. Yeah, it's not that bad actually. It's just a little, probably like, try to do a little bit thinner. There we go. That actually turned out well. This guy here, just gotta cut this out. Have the glass behind the eye. This, I'd want to cut down on details. Like probably I just have one thin stroke around here. It's funny, like they have the woo for the woo face, but I don't think I've drawn the truck actually smiling. It looks weird if to have that. Like they're always angry, uh, sad, not smiling though. I'm worried. uh, Now, the way I thought to split it apart, you see with the truck box, it's kind of at the back. So I can probably split the head to be this part. And I can probably split the legs down here. And I think that'll work out. That's my way to kind of mash it into the Castle Crashers world. The shield, I don't know for the shield. I have to decide between the harpoon and a tire. I think probably the weapon could be a harpoon. That's no problem. We'll just have to draw it kind of at a tilted angle. Be a little tricky to give it the depth it needs, but I find it kind of funny that there's like different drawing warm-up exercises, which I try to do something like just drawing little circles over and over again or drawing lines back and forth. It's basically like warming up for a sport. It's almost like as I get older, practically everything is simple practice exercises to try to keep at it and keep sharp, I guess. And I guess professionals just are able to do these ridiculously well, while learning new things. Oh, I'll say one advantage of a drawing stream compared to a programming stream is that I do find the drawing half of my brain can easily keep doing that stuff while listening to music or podcasts while programming. It's like it needs that other half needs complete focus. So it is easier to continue talking to people in chat stuff. Some people, some artists do say make sure to uh, like don't listen to anything while drawing even. I guess that makes that like to each its own. It depends on the person. But yeah, it's nice. I find one of the best reasons to listen to other things is it kill it kills the urge to just start randomly checking email and other news sites, etc. For that, if I start getting to that mood and have to do work done, I do have the cheat of just unplugging the internet. Um, that's my that's my strategy. Okay, I think we'll try tackling drawing the body now. Yeah, but I wonder if listening to podcasts sometimes it's like you're kind of listening to people, usually having a good conversation, usually in a positive mood. It kind of makes it, if working at home alone, I guess makes it feel like other people are around. There's some things I think about. Listen to the whole Lord of the Rings series, like the books, or I'm assuming. Okay, here we'll probably have to. Easiest way to do it would be try to figure out the shapes. Oh, Andy Serkis did it. Well, that would be amazing for the Golem parts. I'm assuming he does the voice for Golem, right? He doesn't just read it normally. Like you would think he'd have to. Oh, getting a bit of the drawing lag. That's one thing Photoshop's been a bit better of lately, but sometimes like if you're drawing and like it won't let you do that as a delay, it does get more difficult. Okay. He did more voices. Oh, that right there is worth the price of admission. That's super interesting. Like, so he was in Planet of the Apes and did a good job there with the digital character. He was in the new Star Wars briefly, and that was okay. He didn't move around as much. I haven't seen too many other things he's been in, though. Okay, we have to figure out the box shape here. You got to think about the overlap too. Like, is this the cutoff point? Every single voice was convincing and almost exact. Well, that is that's a good testimonial for it. Let's see, I'm probably gonna have to move this back a little bit. This is a little tricky because I have to keep it within the space. We'll figure out the shape. Who knew applying a truck to a knight would be difficult? And we'll need the wheel well. These two here are so close. He's like, as maybe his head slightly rotates while walking, or one's going down and one's going up. I love my computer running out of memory, just squishing the left side. And I guess I could do different trucks, but we have to decide if it's going to be angry eyes or I don't know if I want to have angry eyes. I'll do like one squinty eye. Give him the stink eye. Sure. There we go. That's the winner right there. This is another one of my silly goals to do a Castle Crashers character like for the DLC. I will have to come up with new goals after Harpoon's out. I guess I'll have a few small ones, but I'll have to think about bigger goals again. It will be pretty exciting to do the GMT Game Maker's Toolkit Game Jam next weekend with the team. That's something that I think I wanted to do for 3 years with one of my friends, and it just timing didn't work out before. So, knock on wood, it's all looking good for that one this year. That'd be another mini goal done. So here, the tire placement will be kind of funny. That's something I'll have to see how it turns out. Yeah, and I guess the truck can't be. It's tempting to put the harpoon on top, but then if it's also holding the harpoon, that doesn't make sense. But then again, it's a truck walking around, which also doesn't make sense. So, okay, we'll draw. We'll make a copy of this and draw the base and see if it makes any sense whatsoever. Might have to shrink it down a bit. We'll see. very easy to try in this draft stage. Oh yeah, and saving. Programs do have autosave these days, but that's something you should probably remember to do. Because your program, you'll eventually push the program to its limit and it'll crash, which is also kind of why it's good to know, get used to drawing with a few less layers. I don't know, I love different layers or making backups, but okay. So I'll draw the different color, I'll draw purple or something. No, I don't have a blue. Back to blue. I guess using two lines, it'd be easier to like make it a smile or not. Kind of like the top and bottom half of a mouth. But I'll just do that. And I can decrease the transparency just to get the idea here. Oh yeah, one of my goals is to draw more again after Carpoon's out. Some professionals can draw really fast and better while drawing fast. So something to work on. Little details like this might be too much. Like we don't technically need the rope back, but I'll put it in for now. I think it'll probably cover it up, but like this rope part probably can keep simple. And if it did show later, could update it again. Okay, so for the base here, we can do the tires. We can do like little tires. Let's see what step he's taking. He's kind of got one tire planted and the other tire walking. Which taking steps, yeah, that's it's a car. It should just be able to spin its wheels, but I'll I'll think about that. It's not in the spirit of Castle Crashers. That would kind of be like one of those droids from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Okay, yeah, that gives a decent idea of what it would look like. Now, this is the beefy mode when they eat a sandwich. I'm wondering, like they don't have arms, so they put arms on them. Do they use, these arms kind of look like the beefy mode arms. That's something I'm wondering how they're doing it. So I'll probably have to put a tire there, but I'll put a tire in the shield spot for now. I'm back. Yeah, that'd be the one unfortunate thing if they kind of get forced an arm instead of using the tires. But there are workarounds for everything. So for beefy mode, I guess the truck body will get bigger. Like a crew cab, like the actual front of it will be the same size. Yeah, so we'll fill in tires for these and overwrite that. So when actually submitting this, I think you just load this image and it crops everything out, which is a neat way to do it. Oh, screen door just fell over. 1 second. Oh, too far. Yeah, this one would be a neat option, but I'll probably keep the tire upright. Though it might block some of the face, so I'll see. Like that view looks really flat. Compared to that, it's not, I don't think it's as dynamic. I think it'll be okay to swap. Here we go. Just quickly cut out all these and make him easier to draw over. I'm assuming you can do that. Maybe it won't load them and cut it out. But I'll just draw a couple for fun. Here, you probably want the back to be more thin to make it look like the weight of the tire is being pushed forward for the punch. I think one neat thing about the tire is that for an arm, it's a really simple shape to add in and animate, which was nice when I was doing it for Harpoon. Now, what's this? This is like a backward, like he's, maybe it's for walking. It's like a wind up for a punch. I think they have a grab too. We gotta decide. It's a little weird looking, but it might work. because I'm looking down so much. I won't do that, but I'll. There we go. This is like a low blow punch. It's one thing about how Photoshop sizes this. It's like slightly the wrong size for the tablet. Okay, I'm guessing the head will go here. Could play with the wheel size here. It could be like a monster truck wheel. Although the feet are really tiny in the actual one. Hello, Kelvin. How are you doing? I'm doing trying to do the Castle Crashers custom character template for when it comes out. And hello, Antonio. Well, thank you for dropping by. You know I'll eventually have another one or some drawing stream. Yeah, naps are good. I have those. I had to take a few after Bit Summit because Bit Summit had a lot of 6-hour evenings, but I find one thing that helps sometimes if I'm so tired in the afternoon, just because of maybe a late night at a indie event, is to set an alarm for 20 minutes and try to get like a 10-minute nap in. That can be helpful when I get to a point where it's just being a zombie and not doing any work. Oh, hello, Jensen. How you doing? I finished Carpoon. It'll be coming out next month. I just have to do a trailer and stuff for it now. So I look forward to be playing Switch 2 and more games after. Yeah, so that's why I wasn't streaming and stuff. Every time I do it, congrats. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'll consider that as a project. I think if you get a Switch 1 dev kit, you can also have it on Switch 2. So I'll see how my energy's at after and see if that's one thing to do to kind of boost sales. I'll probably need a small break. But yeah, that is, as we said, like a good project to continue work on. And Switch 2 supports Game Share, so just like remote play, because I didn't do online coding for it. It's a great solution that now exists. Oh, how are you, Jansen? Are you playing Donkey Kong Bonanza? I haven't got it just yet, but that's because So Lincoln, you got the Switch 2 the other day after it released. No, I don't remember Link, the name of your son. So that's quite a nice nod there, if it is. Assuming that's named after the character. No, that's a great time to get it. Yeah, so my Switch 2, unfortunately, was going to cost $300 to ship it to me. So I'll have to take a look again soon. Yeah, named after the hero of the time. Like, which timeline? Which timeline is it? No, that's very nice. Hopefully he talks more than the hero of time, but maybe he's like he could be a quiet leader. Oh, yeah, Antonio, I think developers can make a game for Switch 1 and it'll work on Switch 2. It's probably some things to make it work on both. I was hearing from one developer that at launch they made it tough to get a Switch 2 dev kit, but probably after 6 months or so they'll be more open with it because they'll have more dev kits to give out. Oh, last weekend, I mentioned this earlier, but I went to Bit Summit and I saw a few neat small indie games there. And I showed Carpoon at an event on one evening near Bit Summit. So it's kind of a neat experience. Jansen, that is the one link that is also the most iconic and influential to me, so that's nice to hear. Yeah, for me personally, I don't think I'd have to get a Switch 2 dev kit for pushing the limits of graphics or anything, but for all I know, Switch 1 could have some memory limitations. Thank you, Jens. It's like, what can I say? Those are two really good Zelda games back to back. So it was my favorite time to play Zelda. Anyway, we're taking the joke Carpoon character and trying to apply it to a Castle Crashers custom character for the DLC coming out next month. see, this be a good. Let's draw over it and see what works. Oh, so you don't know if you're OCD or what? You've been completely destroying all the environments in DK Bonanza, trying to locate all the Bonandium and treasure chests. Well, I mean, that of course is what you have to do. Like, I played Miscellaneous at Tiny Tail recently, and they have collecting in it. And, it's like before we would cut grass in Zelda, and that'd be enough. And it's kind of like they managed to level up over time. And in that game, I was getting over 90% of the stuff without even really trying hard in some levels. So it's just kind of like, I think, what we're tuned to do in games, like clear it all out. It's a little like, I have not played Ruffy and the Riverside yet. That's one I do want to play, though. I love the art in it. So yeah, I should probably pick it up soon. But I think it's a little bit like cleaning paint in Pressure Washer Simulator, like just the relaxingness of cleaning up an environment. That's what I guess. And we get rewarded for it. It's like, hey, you collected everything. So it's kind of an easy goal for a game to do, but it's kind of meditative at the same time. But Donkey Kong Bonanza being made by the Tokyo team, that was one game I was looking forward to for a long time. So once again, it's out, and I have very few games to look forward to again. That's thanks. It's a nice part of the game marketing cycle being shortened, where most games we don't know about until like a few months before launch. Okay, you really enjoyed it, and Link has as well. Chip off the old block. No, that's nice to hear. I was listening to this discussion Andre and Nick had about it, and like they said, there's a ton of potential in it and a lot of good parts, and it was almost like it was too ambitious as the first game of the series. Like, still good, but not quite there in some parts. But I think that's enough to be trying out and playing it. Like, I didn't know at first it had a swapping mechanic where you absorb textures from one object and paint it to the other. I mean, that's crazy. Oh yeah, you played Mario Kart World for about 5 hours. Think it's great. New grinding mechanic is fun. Yeah, that's. I was talking to Antonio about that. That's what I was wondering. Like the grinding and like riding on walls. It's kind of like the vision of Mario Kart 8, but put into a new harder game mechanic. I think that'll add a lot of depth to it. And hearing that you can aim with the camera, which is like Mario Kart VR, being able to look side to side and aim. That's like all I ask for, because aiming is a big part of Double Dash, right? And the punch, but that's something I'd hope would make it to a new part of the series. Add a little bit more skill to Mario Kart, even though it means kids will be like way better at it than me, even more so. It'll get me playing it a bit more. I didn't know the co-op had you shouting at enemies. That's hilarious, but also makes sense. One of the indie meetups, there was a first-person shouter where you just go around and you like would scream and destroy things. I'm guessing it's a little like that. I would lose my voice instantly if I was the shouter. Okay, this here, I gotta do that. I'm gonna hide the draft version. Okay, so this, I gotta tilt it a bit. And by a bit, I mean 75 degrees. Well, speaking of games that aren't out yet, though, I guess Metroid Prime 4 isn't out yet, and that's just one that maybe it won't do as well. Maybe it's Nintendo holding back on marketing, so we don't hear about it a lot. Um, yeah, I guess that's the other game I'd be excited for. And we'll see if Nintendo has one more like surprise game up its sleeve for the rest of the year. Probably I could just play Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong for the rest of the year and be fine. Right, Kirby Air Ride. If it has City Trial, I'll be excited for it. I'm gonna hold back excitement until, until City Trial's announced. Like I will get it, but the racing is simpler in Kirby Air Ride. Um, but City Trial is super interesting multiplayer to me, so I'll see. Maybe there'll be a new mode in it. World Trial. Can you imagine an ongoing world trial that uh, just like it's like an MMO and you just keep going around leveling up, and like some people have been playing. I guess like every 15 minutes would be different competitions in different areas. Yeah, I guess they do have to do something new or bigger. So, and it did support the LAN adapter originally. So, yeah, it's like that double dash and 1080 avalanche supported the GameCube LAN adapter, which eventually I got, but then could never use because I only had one of them. The 16 player double dash tournaments they would have at PAX though, with all the GameCubes hooked up, were amazing. And I guess E3, Nintendo also had that set up at E3, but with 8 players and 8 GameCubes. I guess this pose is when your character's dead. don't even remember that in Castle Crashers. Yeah, Splatoon spin-off game. I guess that does have a single player component. So, like, they do have a few small ones. I think yeah, I guess with Air Ride and Metroid Prime, they don't really have room for another just brand new title. They'll probably save one. Probably save one for early next year. Cause they got that and Pokemon. I think maybe, yeah, maybe their lineup's basically set. So probably save some of their surprises for early next year. Because they do sometimes have a January release. Oh, Splatoon is 2026? Okay. They were just trying to get it so you could play Splatoon on Switch 2 as soon as possible while hinting at an upgrade to get it. Oh, that's your guess? Okay. Yeah, I've not been following quite as closely with everything while trying to finish a game. I just although it's easy to check always, you kind of just have to know what's next. Yeah, Fire Emblem's a good guess. Like, that was fairly on Switch's lifespan. And it is a little bit, I'd say, more for the hardcore Nintendo audience. It's funny with Nintendo though having the mystery for so long with Switch 2, and then it's like, do we really already know like every single game for the rest of the year? it's like there's no mystery there. Yeah, it's almost surprising in 2026 how they're still having Switch One games. Like, I wonder if they don't want them released this year, because then you're not pushing people to buy Switch Two as much with Tomodachi Life and Rhythm Heaven Groove. Kind of like you want Switch One owners to still have one, but like those games can be played on Switch Two. So if you release them this year, you're kind of eating into the budget of people who might be buying a Switch 2. Uh, that's my guess on it. But if they use Switch One backwards compatibility as an excuse to do like experimental games, still, I mean that's great. That's awesome news. So we don't miss out on that. Especially if they're a bit cheaper. I caught myself noodling instead of like using full arm motion, just like the tiny little, only moving my hand a tiny bit for drawings. That's not a good habit. Excuse me. I'm wondering if this is a throw. I forget. Okay, so end of 2025, Final Fantasy VII Remake and Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. Yeah, that's a really good first year. I'm sure a lot of people missed, especially Nintendo fans, missed Final Fantasy VII Remake. So did a good job filling up the first year, because so many Nintendo systems are the first year you did like a few games and you have like huge droughts. I think it's something Nintendo has managed to get rid of and overcome. Tony, I'm just trying to think of a shape pun right now. It's like shaping up, but there's no new Tetris 99 or something. Can't shave up without sniffer clips, 2 or 3. I'm happy with those. Oh yeah, the truck has a little metal thing on the back. Shape. Oh yeah, 40th anniversary of Mario Brothers. Yeah, I guess like Nintendo has so many anniversaries, they can't do them all. Let's see if they have anything in mind. They could probably do something as simple as, look, it's Galaxy 2 on Switch 2. Enjoy. And people would be pretty happy with that. Okay, so this is interesting. This one here is skinnier, and this one's wider. So I might have to make this initial one skinnier. And that might be it for today's stream, just to give some time to work on the Carpoon trailer. But thank you everyone for coming by, especially after I was gone for a few weeks. Super Mario Cross Bowser. Bowser training on Switch 2. Don't get me wrong, I would play that, but I don't think that's what people think of for the anniversary. Now, that one, instead of a bow, you could be throwing fireballs. You'd be throwing fireballs at the screen, or like flicking them, or using the mouse in some way. It'd be tough in Bowser's Castle. Like, you'd have to mix up the colors in some way. Are we talking about Yoshi's Safari too? I wish I got to try a Super Scope. Yeah, Oscar, Super Mario 3D All Stars with Super Mario Galaxy 2. I think people would love that. That'd be a great option. Oh, Jansen, we're just talking about what Nintendo could do for the 40th anniversary of Mario in September. And kind of talking about how maybe the lineup for Switch 2 for the rest of the year is kind of set. That's about it. And making bad puns, of course. Yeah, all those are good ideas. There was that fan 3D Mario Maker for Mario 64. I guess that would make sense on Switch 2 because you could share it with your friends and you could use the mouse. Uh, they could have a trailer for the new movie, even though it's a ways off. What if Nintendo doesn't even produce a brand new 3D Mario game at all for the Switch 2? Um, it's always possible, but I don't know. We got Donkey Kong Bonanza by that team at least, so it's not like they're skipping a whole generation. But it is possible at this point. However, I think, well, I guess, yeah, even if the generation was really long, if they were taking a super long time on it, they would save it for the next generation. Like they did with Bonanza, where it's like, oh, I can kind of work on Switch 1, but it'll be better on Switch 2. Uh, we'll see if they split the team into two or expanded it or getting help. Well, like it is like a new 3D Mario game, but it is something different. So I guess I can't say because I haven't played it yet. Um, but I certainly will take any new Nintendo platformer by one of their premier teams. Yeah, Bowser's Fury successor, just like a huge open world Mario. That would be pretty impressive. Like no loading whatsoever. Yeah, so Koizumi, was he, is he the one that was always like wearing the hat before? Like the Odyssey hat? Or is that a different guy? No, don't spoil it for me, but yeah. I I think I checked in briefly on one of his streams and he was already like several hours in and that was like already dicey potential spoiler territory I didn't want to see. I I get the feeling that at some point I'll just be like on Blue Sky or something for a very short amount of time or YouTube and I'll be spoiled. But I hope not. Oh, that's great. That at least made you want to play it instead of like one of those where it's like, well, I know what it is. I don't have to now. I think this last pose is like him dead. I think it's like on his knees. Oh, tilting down. That's tough, especially because I'm already looking there. Oh man. Well, looks like every major Nintendo franchise made a comeback except one, Star Fox. Well, we will get the spiritual successor, Wild Blue, by Chuhai Labs, at least, with Giles Goddard at the helm, who worked on the original Star Fox. And if you want a good one to play right now, X Zodiac handled really well. It's on Steam in early access. I think there's 10 levels. That was a good one. I guess I wonder with Star Fox if they would make one if maybe they allowed for huge like battles online. Kind of like how you're saying F-Zero 99, which is a comeback if you have a phenomenal game. Maybe if they did something like that for Star Fox, they'd do it. Or if you have like a team of 4 at the same time, that'd be something new for them. It's kind of a little like maybe it's too close to the team of 4 pattern for co-op games on Steam doing well, but that's one possibility I see. I know Earthbound. Well, we have Deltarune for that, Antonio, so at least there's Deltarune. Not the same, but I would say it's pretty. It fills that kind of void somewhat. Yeah, but no, thank you all for coming by. I think I'm gonna wind up for today, or wind down so I can work on the trailer a bit. I'll be back. Maybe I'll show X Zodiac next time. That'll be fun. See how many. I haven't played it since they've added maybe 4 levels in. No, but I hope you have a great weekend. And yeah, enjoy Donkey Kong Switch 2. I'll be enjoying it soon. And also getting Harpoon ready for launch. But yeah, see you everyone. Goodbye.